अभी शुरू
Ready? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Football Unfiltered. This is a place where we talk about anything and everything related to football. My name is Abir Ahmed, and I am going to be your host for today. With me today are Dipto Jyotirmoy, uh,
Hello.
Shahrukh Khan,
Hi.
M. Aminur Rahman Bhai,
Hello.
uh, who is the proprietor of Checkmate Events, and we also have an unfortunate Arsenal fan with us who still hasn't joined us.
We're
He
gonna
will
roast
come.
him
He
today,
will.
right?
He's always late.
Yeah, he's
He's
always late.
always late. So, before we begin our first podcast, we would like to tell you what this show is basically all about. This show is basically about talking football from a fan's perspective. As you can see, we're all pretty much fans of different clubs, and in this podcast, unfortunately, there is a huge number of Manchester United fans. But I am sure that they will talk about the current issues in a mostly unbiased way.
Viva
So,
Ronaldo.
so we are starting our discussion today with the transfer window. So I think we can all agree today that this transfer window was the craziest transfer window we have ever seen in our lifetime,
This
I should say.
Yeah,
this
obviously,
has to
obviously.
be the craziest transfer window in 100 years. That's
Ronaldo and Messi,
So
both of them got transferred, so
yeah.
yeah,
I
the
so
think
craziest one.
no one even imagined this will happen. Like everyone knew that Messi is gonna stay in Barcelona, and Ronaldo
Who thought
in
Ronaldo would
Premier
come to
League.
Manchester and
We were
go
not
through, man?
we were not hoping to get Ronaldo back.
I was hoping to roast you guys with the Ronaldo to Manchester City transfer, but that fell on my face.
That's not happening. That's not happening because Ronaldo won't move into any club which has zero heritage. No disrespect to City, but it is not possible for him. But
So
I think Ronaldo might have thought that if he went to Manchester City, then he can win a league title or the Champions League because uh, they have money, so they can fill in their gaps and they can buy any player they want. So Ronaldo wanted to get a free trophy. We would have thought that if he went to Manchester City.
uh,
I
well,
think apart from
before
the money,
Ronaldo,
I think there is one more fact that Pep Guardiola was there, so it was easy for him to get trophies, and he had a very good squad as well. For example, Kevin De Bruyne and Ronaldo. It could have been like for sure they would have gotten Champions League this season.
Yeah,
But
there are
that,
two yeah. facts.
yeah,
Actually, Ronaldo would definitely win the Carabao Cup or EFL because
for
City win
Manchester
it
United,
every
yes. For
year.
Manchester United, yes. But I think for if you went to City,
And
I think you would have owned like lots of trophies, maybe four or
no,
five. Yeah.
not much, not much. Carabao fine, FA Cup could have been, or they would lose to Arsenal. Maybe league, but it's pretty difficult this time. And UCL, there is very little chance to win a UCL. Do you guys really think that Ronaldo wanted to go to Manchester City and
No.
he was stopped by the star players?
yeah, he definitely won. I think it was an option. It was definitely an option because, as far as I can tell, as far as I can tell from the ongoing stories or whatever, so the basic fact was that at first, Manchester City offered Ronaldo a contract, but that was not officially like offered to Juventus. So Manchester City wanted to at first agree personal terms with Ronaldo and then submit the offer to Juventus. In the meantime, I think that Ronaldo at first wanted to go to Manchester United and contacted them regarding the move, but at first Manchester United turned them down. But eventually, when it was likely that Ronaldo was going to join Manchester City, uh, uh, a call from Sir Alex Ferguson changed the whole scenario.
No, no, there are So some there are some additional facts I would like to discuss on that. The thing is that whenever Solskjaer became the coach of United,
there was certain problem in terms of getting players. I can still remember like 2 or 3 years back, we were trying to sign strong long stuff from Newcastle. Who the hell that guy is? It was
Sean
it
Long,
was
he,
that
he
He
bad.
scored he scored against Manchester United so many times, man.
he scored 3 goals in
Against
his
Manchester.
lifetime, and two of them were against Manchester
Manchester United.
United.
That was the type of player in the era of Jose Mourinho. United were going after. So the thing is, Solskjaer wanted to change the thing. The first thing about Ronaldo is he always wanted to have Ronaldo back if Ronaldo had any intention. We all know that the project in Juventus it
Okay,
didn't go as
we
per his
should
plan.
all pause our speech and
Ah,
welcome our Arsenal fan.
Yeah, we have to welcome the Arsenal fan among us, Mr.
Among us,
Shubha
we
yes.
can
Mondal.
see we can see him in the bottom corner, just like in the 20th position, just there, lying there.
How are you doing, Shubha? We can't hear you.
Right?
You
Your
you
mic
have
is
Um,
muted.
Your
You're
microphone
not
is
audible,
muted.
bro.
Mondo, I
Typical
just
Arsenal
want
fan.
to ask you one question. Why did you start supporting Arsenal? Why did you start it?
Because, like, in the Arsene Wenger period, the football was pretty good. Like, they
Yeah,
used to play the best
I
football,
Was
have
it?
to
like,
agree.
Was it
in
though?
England, that's for sure. Like, nowadays, they're the worst. But, during the Wenger
It
period,
was
they were the
actually
best.
it was actually the fourth best football because all every time they were just becoming fourth.
No, they
but
actually managed
If
to
you're
stay
talking
in
about
the
the
top four.
invincible Arsenal team, just imagine Manchester United had like one of the worst team in the history in last 30 years, you can say. Like apart from new signing, they had one of the worst players in history of Manchester United. Still, we got unbeaten 27 matches with that team, and your best team
Oh,
had the
you have
same
to
same
mention
record.
away.
Yeah, just imagine the level of Arsenal that and level of Manchester United. Our worst team is equally your
And,
best team, man.
that was
That that's
just
that's
because of the
that the
Ferguson.
static
Like,
says that, man.
Ferguson made all the difference.
No,
to
no,
be
I'm
fair,
I'm talking about Oli.
That's true.
Oli,
but to be
Oli
fair,
broke the record.
to be fair to Arsenal, they do have the Invincible Cup, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's the very big factor.
They
And
have another cup, Champions League Finalist Cup, which PSG has to. Also thinking there are three best clubs where UCL
In
Finalist Cup.
26, right?
but I think
2026.
I personally think that Champions League final Arsenal was really unlucky, and that RVP red card, that was, in my opinion,
That,
one of the worst red
Was
cards I have ever seen in my life.
I
that was
even
their one
forgot the
Was
shot
it
red
to
though?
card
glory.
actually.
That was
That
their
was the
only
worst.
chance to glory. One shot to glory. Nothing to
And
do.
basically, I'm not a
Oh,
diehard Arsenal fan.
I
Just, in the
Yeah, you're a
Premier
plastic
League.
Arsenal fan,
Yeah,
right?
plastic.
He's a Messi fan.
That's to be fair.
Now he supports PSG.
Now he's supposed to be. Oh, nice. Number
Okay,
30.
so talk about the big name, Lionel Messi transfer from Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain. This was a shocker. This was the biggest transfer. I think it overshadows Ronaldo's transfer by a slightly, because
uh,
Ronaldo is the home boy for Manchester United.
I
That's
think
agree.
Yeah, he has to come back.
Lionel Messi would have overshadowed Ronaldo if the transfer was made after Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's the
Ronaldo
difference.
made his transfer because he was not relevant anymore in Juventus.
There's another thing. The whole Ronaldo transfer will be overshadowed if after 2 years Messi returns back to Barcelona for one last shot to glory. That would be the
Um,
biggest transfer.
Do you
I
actually see
think
that
Messi
happening?
will
that's not
never
the thing.
return
Like,
to
in my
Barcelona. I
opinion,
don't think so.
Ronaldo one was the, like, showstopper. But
It
the,
was the showstopper. It was because there
but the
nothing
biggest one is
happens like
definitely
home.
the Messi one.
No, I
If
don't
you
think so because
go to the, like, transfer, then the Messi one is definitely the
no,
biggest one.
I don't agree with that
Because
because
Ronaldo has to come back. Come on, like,
Messi is moving. Messi has moved to a league which is a weaker one. If he had moved to Manchester City, if he had moved to Bayern Munich, like big clubs, he's moving to a league which has only
that's true.
one horse,
So,
and for the next 10 years, that horse will win the league. And in terms of quality, it is not even in the top five. So
No,
That's
and
true.
that's
I
a
think
downgrade
in,
for a player like Messi.
in terms of the performance of the league, he is not relevant anymore.
Right.
Like who watches?
Who
PSG
watches
match.
League One?
I
Messi,
don't know.
Exactly.
Macron.
I
Now
But
a
the
think
lot
thing
of
is,
people
you
will
I
have
watch
to
think
it.
be like,
I think
to be
people used to
honest.
watch PSG matches for Neymar. Right? Now they will watch it for Lionel Messi.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
I think
Neymar
if you
and
talk about Bangladesh, like I think PSG is the one team that unites Brazil and Argentina supporters together. That's I think. Yeah.
but
That's true.
I don't think League One is even telecasted in Bangladesh, is it? I don't think
No.
so.
No.
No,
no,
No.
no, no.
like
So yeah,
if you go
so
to that groups, you can see they're sharing some workable link and stuff like that. So I think
Hmm.
yeah,
I
but
guess
that's
I guess
different.
color, I guess Colors TV or something that telecasts League
Used
One.
MTV. I think it's MTV, right? I think
No,
it's
no, no.
MTV. MTV is La
MTV
Liga. Oh,
telecasts
sorry,
La
yeah,
Liga.
MTV is La Liga. Yes.
After Splitsvilla, you can watch La Liga. So that's the status of La Liga. Last year they were streaming on Facebook. This year they're streaming after Splitsville.
Okay, since we are on La Liga, we're talking about La Liga. So, at first, I want to talk about the effect of Lionel Messi transfer, right? So,
Hmm.
this transfer, every journalist, you can say Fabrizio Romano or Cavasulacol or David Ornstein, everyone was wrong about this transfer. It came out of nowhere. And what do you think? Do you think Laporta played a game here? Like he used Messi to win the election, and then he did not clarify the
Yeah,
situation
I
well
think
enough.
so. He did it actually. I think
Probably.
I think so
Now
So
there is something I want to add up. The
because
financial situation
without
of
Lionel
Barcelona is very
Messi,
bad. The
yeah,
yeah,
without
financial
Lionel
situation is
Messi,
very
La
bad.
Liga has no selling point.
yeah, I
okay.
think
So first,
I think
Previously, we had Ronaldo in La Liga and Messi as well. So the La Liga was the, I think, second most watched league after Premier League, I guess.
Yes,
yeah. So
So
I mean, you wanted to add something about this.
yes. I wanted to say that the financial situation of Barcelona is very bad. It might go bankrupt at any time. What Laporta did, Laporta thought of some situation, some fairy situation where the La Liga authority and the Barcelona management would come into some point that they can fix the wage structure. But the problem is, the main problem that Bartomeu did is a few transfers like Umtiti, Pjanic, then there's Coutinho, then there is Dembele, then there is Griezmann. They come
Well,
with a very big wage. Griezmann earned 800K per week. How come? How come a player like Griezmann?
they did another thing that Laporta did. He did let go of Griezmann at the deadline day.
Also,
He did,
also Pjanic. Pjanic went moved to basic test. That is very
yeah.
important for Barcelona because now Barcelona can pursue the youngsters and build a team based on youngsters. Otherwise, they can't survive. There's a pandemic going on in the Barcelona. This needs to be
Yeah,
solved.
that's true.
They need to let go of Coutinho. They need to let go of Umtiti. These players, they're just dead wood.
So I'm gonna go
what
to
was
Shahrukh now.
yeah,
Yeah,
what
I'm
was
gonna
the
go to Shahrukh
situation
now
you
for a
mean?
bit.
yeah.
No, I'm gonna go to Shahrukh now for a bit. So,
Uh,
Shahrukh, do you think that this move, this eventual move that Laporta let go of Griezmann, Laporta let go of Messi, they let go of Pjanic. So, do you think this move will help Barcelona in future transfer windows? Because I already saw a news where Laporta was hinting a move for Haaland at the next window.
I think they cannot buy Haaland because they don't have money. I think the Hull City from
hmm,
League 2 or 3, they're richer than Barcelona right now.
hmm.
That's what I can say. Like they're poor, man. Seriously, that's the reality of the situation of Barcelona.
Also,
I think
also,
Haaland has to come to Premier League.
Yeah,
another
I think
thing.
Haaland suited for Premier League.
Barca bid for
Yeah.
Dani Olmo too. That guy is coming to Barca too. Also, they I guess they bid for Gaia
I
from
I
Valencia.
think
That guy isn't coming too.
I think almost transfer is agreed on a personal term, but there is another issue that is Ronald Koeman. So we already saw that he is treating a few players very, uh, let's say, unfairly. Like he is asking Umtiti to just warm up so that the crowd at Nou Camp can boo him, or he basically froze out Pjanic completely. The Pjanic took a pay cut to actually leave Barcelona. Do you think these moves are justified from a club like Barcelona?
No.
No, not at all.
one or two thing about Koeman. He's a very mediocre coach. He coached Everton. A person who coached Everton can't coach Barca. Barca needs to, bring out some type of youngster coach or a coach who has the Barca DNA. Just like I can agree with that. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not a top class coach in my view as a
But
Manchester
he
United
is the
supporter.
best coach
But
for Manchester United
right, but
currently.
he
Yeah.
has fixed he's fixing the cracks that have been there in the Louis Van Gaal era and the Jose Mourinho era. Barca needs someone like that who will fix the club in 3 or 4 years, and then all the superstar signings they can bring back because that's Barcelona. They have like 5 Champions
Yeah,
League.
you
They're a
need to
very
be a
successful
Barcelona
club
fan,
in
then you can
like,
build the
right.
Barcelona again. Yeah. Like
But
Ole Gunnar
Exactly.
but
That,
Solskjaer,
I
that,
will,
that
he's
that's
like
what
diehard fan of
doing with
Manchester.
Coman.
Yeah.
but there is an issue here. Koeman is already a Barcelona legend. He was
That's
the
true. Like.
he is the highest scoring defender for Barcelona, if I'm not wrong. He has an impressive goal scoring record as a defender. So
As a
if he
player
can,
for Barcelona, he was very, very good.
yeah. So if he cannot do this, and I agree with you with Amin Bhai that Koeman was a mediocre coach. I think so too, and I think that he had the same issues at Everton as well, but where he
Right.
was backed more than Barcelona, to be honest, because Everton spent a lot of money when Koeman was there. Still, uh, taking Koeman, do you think that at this point, at this season, in this season, do you think Barcelona has any chance of winning any realistic silverware?
We're talking
Yeah,
about the
Copa
Spanish
del
league.
Rey.
Yeah, we're talking about the
Copa
Spanish
del
league.
Rey, Copa del Rey may be their only chance, or Gamper Trophy, I guess. Gamper Trophy, they always win that.
Uh,
Yeah,
in your point of view, which team is the strongest team in La Liga right now? Currently?
Atletico Madrid for sure.
Yeah,
Atletico
they
Many,
are
many
Madrid,
teams.
they are the
completely.
Yeah.
most balanced team out
So
there,
I don't
and
think
they
they
are
will
probably
let.
the only team who can compete in Europe as well.
Yes.
Right.
Not
I,
only
I
in
I actually cannot believe that that Barcelona pretty much handed the league on a platter
Yes. Yeah.
to Atletico
Atletico
Madrid
Madrid.
by letting that Griezmann transfer go. They
This
basically
is this,
paid
this is
120 million.
this is
They
the
Look at last
sold
biggest
last
trophy
Suarez.
transfer.
ever.
Like
They
they
sold
let go of
Suarez to
Suarez as
Atletico
well.
Madrid.
They let Suarez
This is
go
the
as well.
biggest
So what
transfer.
can you
Like
say?
paying 120 million to your rival, letting your striker go, let them win the league, and then
Hmm.
again send him back.
and
This was actually baffling, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was
Transfer,
a it was a 4D chess move from.
I guess they wanted to let go of Griezmann to clear the wage cap, but there is a question right now again that if Griezmann was let go from the wage bill a little bit earlier, then Messi could have stayed at Barcelona.
No,
Hmm.
one thing
probably not.
one
Probably
thing
not. Probably not.
No, no,
I
he could.
think Laporta, what you wanted is for a fresh start of Barcelona, you can't keep Lionel Messi. You have
That's
to
true.
get rid of him. You have to get rid of him, and you have to, rearrange the system first. There is a life after Messi in Barcelona, and if Barcelona can finish even second or third this season, there will be, motivations already restored in the team that sign a few more young players, and from next season, Barcelona can be regular in the quarterfinals of UCL, and also they can challenge the league. But you need Messi dependency to go first for the next generation of Barca.
Like
Yeah.
That's
you
Yeah.
very
have
much
to
True
have
important.
that. True that. Yeah, I think so.
2 or 3 players who are combinedly filling the space of Lionel Messi. You cannot replace Lionel Messi. It's not possible. Like
That's
you
true.
need 2, 3 good players who can
But Barcelona
play as a
tried that.
team, and
Barcelona already tried. Actually, I don't think you can
as
replace a player like Lionel Messi or
no,
Cristiano
you
Ronaldo.
cannot
That's not
replace
just
Lionel
possible.
Messi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's true.
suffered a lot when Ronaldo went left, but still we had like Sir
No,
Alex
there's
Ferguson.
a,
So we had Ferguson. So
Barcelona tried to Barcelona tried to replace Neymar with Dembele and Coutinho. They tried not to replace Messi by any means. I guess
That
Ansu Fati will do better than these
I,
Dembele and
I think
Coutinho
I
guys.
think yeah I think another point is I think Barcelona's youngsters are really bright. I think that Ansu Fati is a really talented player. I think also that Pedri is also a very good
Yeah,
player.
Pedri is a
Pedri
very
is a
good
very,
player.
very good player.
I
Very
think
good
he
player.
will
how about
finally.
Pedri,
Fati? How old is Fatih?
Pedri plays everywhere.
I
And
think
Pedri
Fatih
does,
is,
I guess,
yeah.
odd jobs too. Because he's a very hardworking guy. He does everything.
I think Fatih is, I think 19. He just, I hope that he can actually recover from his surgery. He just had the surgery. I think he can recover from it. I'm sorry, he didn't just have the surgery. He is on his way to recovery, and he just received the iconic number 10 shirt. So
Yep.
I hope that he can shine, because I am pretty sure that Barcelona will need these youngsters more than ever now.
But
Uh,
we'll have a player to watch. There is Memphis Depay. He's
that
gonna
is
do
true.
good
Yeah,
Depay
this
is
season.
in
yeah,
the form of his life.
yeah, he's playing good now. Yeah.
Another
That
United, another
that's the
United reject.
problem with Barcelona. That's the problem with Barcelona. They're signing mediocre players. When you're signing Memphis Depay on a free transfer, you're in a very shit position. I would tell you that.
But
No,
I think
I
that
think
this one
Memphis
I
is a
hope.
very
Depay,
good
like, he
transfer. To be
improved a
honest,
lot since he left Manchester United. He learned his lessons,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
and
did.
I think he
He
improved
scored
a
a
he
hat
lot.
trick last
scored
night.
like
Yeah, yeah,
almost every game.
yeah. He's
He
scoring a
scored a hat
lot.
trick last
Yeah,
night.
and we're talking about La Liga. It's easy to score. Like, it's more like French league,
Yeah,
with more team.
it is not physical like EPL. EPL is very
Yeah, yeah.
difficult. You can't score like 3 goals like Bruno Fernandes or Mo Salah every week. It's not possible.
In my opinion, I think that Depay should not have moved to EPL so soon. He should have, I think,
Yep,
went to
he
a
should have waited.
went to a different team
He
first,
was
where
not
the
physically fit. He was not
yeah,
physically fit for the
he should
EPL.
have
It's
went to
not.
a team first
I
where.
have I have one question. Why do players get better when they leave Manchester United?
Because they, it's
Well,
like
Because
it's like
there is
That
a
it's
Because
like
that's not the
playing
thing.
in these big clubs is not easy. Even if you see, even if you look at Hazard, like you're gonna see that he's not like getting too many game times in like real and
No,
okay. Speaking
he's
of
doing.
Hazard,
how did Hazard lose his fitness?
no. Speaking of Hazard, we need to move. We are going to move on from Barcelona, and we're going to talk about arguably the, not arguably actually, the biggest club in the world, Real Madrid. I think the Eden Hazard transfer, he, as a Chelsea fan, I love him the most. Actually, I think so. He's a modern day Chelsea legend, no doubt about that. And
Oh,
the
did you see his
foul,
new statement? I saw you posting that article
yeah,
on the
I know, yeah,
SSCB. Yeah.
because he's trying his hardest, but the injuries that he suffered in
Hmm.
Chelsea, because obviously he was the target of defenders while he was playing here,
Hmm.
that's making an issue for his overall performance in
That's
La
fine,
Liga.
but if you even look at other players, you're gonna see that like considering the league, La Liga is not that competitive. Okay, so he should have done way better
yeah.
even after the injury.
no, no. You have way
Uh,
more
So
to score.
that's what I was saying. Like it's not easy to fit in the big clubs like Manu, Chelsea, or like Real Madrid. So that's what I was talking about.
The problem
When
with
so
Hazard
Dipto
is
say that
he is.
why players get better when
No,
they like leave Manchester.
so I mean, you were saying something.
Yeah,
Let me
probably.
tell you something.
yeah.
People, when they come to Manchester United, they treat it like a girlfriend or something like that. When they break up, they get hurt and they try to go to the gym and stuff like that. That's how they get better.
No,
That's what the
You
main
were
reason,
saying
I think.
something
Yeah.
about
The,
the
the
transfer.
problem the problem of Hazard is he's not physically fit. He has something like a eating disorder or something which makes him fat, like Ronaldo the phenomenon. So
Did
what he
did
could have
Hazard
done
get
that
did
what could he
Hazard get
have done
unfit after the injury or after
After signing
Uh,
being?
for Real Madrid,
no no
he
no
was
no what
actually
what I
he was
feel what
no.
I
I
feel
mean, wait, go
actually
ahead.
he's a very speedy winger. But the problem with
Hmm.
wingers is you cannot be speedy after turning 30. So most of the case, wingers, what they try to do when after reaching 28, 29, after reaching their prime, they try to play as a second striker or false nine. That Hazard
Hmm.
didn't started to do. If he had started to play as a false nine or second striker, he could have moved into the difficult games from a winger
Yeah.
to a second striker. At least he
I
could have
agree.
provided assists. But he started continuing playing again and again in the wings as he's not physically fit. The problem is when he's playing high pressure matches, he's going into injuries. So that's the problem he's facing. Look at KDB. KDB can play as a SS or a false nine. So that helps him in terms of scoring or in terms of assisting. if he had moved into wings and wings like Mo Salah is doing now, as you see that as time will pass by, Salah will move into the middle to just keep the scoring and to just keep his form high. Otherwise, if a winger or a SS or a false nine or a striker is not scoring, he's not different than a CDM or a a DM or a defender. So that's the problem with Hazard. Hazard
So
is playing
I
as a
have a,
winger. This
I
is the
have a
thing, right?
question for you. So do you think, I mean, do you think this is the year for Hazard to actually step up and deliver, or if he
Um,
can't, do you think that this transfer will be a very big flop?
Hazard should move to Syria, in my opinion, because because he can't. He's still playing in the wings. He can't play in the wings.
Hazard.
He should
This
play
is the
alongside
last
Benzema
chance
as a
for
SS.
Hazard, I guess, in La
Yeah,
Liga.
Dipto, you're saying.
This is the last chance for Hazard in La Liga. If he fails this time, there's no coming back from this. Like he has to downgrade after
That's
that.
true.
Yeah.
All right.
This
So
is time to
all right.
step up.
Yeah. All right. So Real Madrid. So Real Madrid transfer window. So Shahrukh, I want
Yes.
to come to you first about this. That Real Madrid transfer window, the Mbappe saga. That was another transfer that
Yeah.
took a lot of time in the whole transfer window. Do you think that Mbappe will eventually walk free next year and come to Madrid, or do you think that Mbappe will sign a contract?
PSG will not
Uh,
let him go free.
I think he can come to Real Madrid because it was his dream club since he was a child. Because he supported Cristiano Ronaldo, and I think he wanted to follow his footstep, and he wanted to come to Real Madrid. I believe. So I think he wants to come here, and I think he will not extend his contract. And if I were the manager of Real Madrid, I would have sent another transfer request or pre transfer contract in January for him, so that he can come for
Mm.
free to
He
Real
can
Madrid.
actually sign a
Yeah, he can.
contract with
Yeah,
Real Madrid in January.
yeah,
But that begs the question that uh, will PSG play Mbappe, knowing that he's going to walk free in the next transfer window?
that he will play like he wants to
It
win the
it
Champions
depends
League, I
because
think. Yeah,
PSG definitely needs him to win the
yeah, yeah.
Champions League or any other title. And if they do good, then definitely they're not gonna let him go free.
Yes,
Or
Okay,
probably
so
it all
There is
depends on this season,
there
I
is
guess.
another thing in Mbappe's saga. Mbappe wants the team built around him. At PSG, it is not going to happen. There is Neymar, there is Messi, there is Ramos. In the pecking order, in terms of seniors, Mbappe is way behind, and he idolizes Ronaldo. When Ronaldo was moving from United to Real Madrid, he was like 24 years old. Mbappe will turn 23 next year, so definitely he will try to move to Real Madrid.
yeah,
Alongside him, Real will sign some few players who can support him. They will, probably they will discard
yeah,
Hazard for sure. They will buy some other
Hmm.
prospect. They'll try to lure Haaland for 75 million. And if Real Madrid can present a team like Mbappe and Haaland in front, they will definitely be one of the most talkative teams in terms of paper or anything because they'll be very strong in the front.
yeah.
Also, their backline is
Uh,
pretty good too.
Another
But
question: What will
I
happen
think
to
Haaland and
Benzema?
I think
what
Haaland and
Dipto was
yeah, Dipto,
okay,
Dipto,
Shahrukh,
What
you're
will
saying first.
Dipto,
uh,
go ahead.
what will okay? What will happen to Karim Benzema?
I think
Like
he will keep continue playing for Madrid. As,
Benzema is a Madrid legend.
yeah,
He is the main man.
uh,
I mean, to
will
he just
Madrid do him over just like Ronaldo?
I don't think they will. I think that I think that Benzema will stay at Madrid because
That's true.
if you
For
yeah,
I think
because
last
he's
if you
couple
loyal.
of years,
remember, if
whenever
you
They
Madrid needed him,
they almost kicked out
he stood
Ramos.
up.
they did kick out Ramos,
Yeah.
Benzema will retire at Madrid, no tension,
but
because
I think that
he'll always
Benzema
get
will
game
retire
time.
at Madrid
Yeah,
Hmm.
because he
He
won't
has
mind
already won everything.
if he is asked to take a secondary role because if you remember, he did have a secondary role while Cristiano Ronaldo was in Real Madrid. He didn't
Hmm.
complain, and he was under a lot of scrutiny for his performance back then.
yes, yes, yes.
But
And
he never
he
complained.
and he saved Real Madrid in UCL a lot of time.
Yeah,
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 he
that's true.
did.
he's a
That
great
I was
player, I
saying.
think. But
Whenever
for
Madrid
Madrid,
needed him, He was the first one
That
stood up. To be honest.
he scored
Hmm.
the goal that he scored against Chelsea. He made it look so easy, but let me tell you, that was one of the best goals I have seen of that season's
Hmm.
Champions League. And that's the past season's Champions League. Chelsea conceded some really, really like impossible goals, like this conceded against Porto, and then the Real Madrid match. Benzema almost made it possible for Madrid to beat Chelsea, but and then what happened. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
Benzema is
Benzema
a
is
very,
That
very
I was
quality
saying, like,
striker.
he
Yeah,
always
he's a pure
provided whenever
striker.
Madrid
Yeah.
needed him.
I think he can
yeah,
In my
be.
he's a
in
pure
my
striker.
in my opinion, after Lewandowski, Benzema is very consistent, and as
Yeah,
he's played
yeah.
in the high
Yeah,
level
yeah,
throughout. So
yeah. He,
So
he's pretty underrated, but he won a lot of things with Madrid, and probably he will retire from Madrid.
yeah,
And
yeah.
how
sure.
long will Zidane continue to coach Real Madrid?
Zidane is not the
Z-
coach of Real
Zidane
Madrid.
is
He already
Zidane is
left.
not there anymore.
Oh fuck, I forgot. Oh my god.
So it's
That
okay.
Zidane is not coming back. He have achieved almost everything. It's fine.
Yeah,
Carlo is the coach of Real Madrid now. But
yeah, yeah.
now let's move on because we do have some other topics to cover. So first off, the transfer window for Real Madrid. They bought Camavinga, the highly rated midfielder at the deadline day, and they bought Alaba on a free transfer. So what do you think? Do you think that they will be able to challenge for the title this year?
No,
I think
No.
Alaba was a good one. Like, he's a
Yeah,
like
Kamavinga
Alaba.
very
is for the future.
experienced,
Yeah, Kamavinga is for the future. I think he has a good potential.
and
Kamavinga will
with
one day
Alaba you
become
got all
Cruz.
the experience, so that's good.
Yeah.
So
Alaba
do
is
you
good,
think
but
that
Alaba slows the game. That's the problem.
Yeah. So, do you think that Madrid is going all in for Mbappe? And I think, do you think that there is a chance that they will go for Haaland next year too?
I
Well,
I think I think
one thing
Haaland
is
and
before
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, one thing before Perez dies, he will uh, make another Galactico team at least before he dies. This is my strong opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So,
think Haaland and this guy Mbappe, they will not play together. They're like Messi and Ronaldo, you know. They don't suit each other. I
That's
believe.
true. Like,
Yeah,
it's not easy to like.
but Haaland's dream is to play for Real Madrid as well. You have to know he actually explicit. I think he said it in somewhere that his
yeah.
dream is to play
Jack
for Real
Grealish's
Madrid
dream
as
was
well.
to play for Manchester, United, but he went to the wrong Manchester. You know, it happens.
Grealish,
That's
Grealish
the
will
thing. Like,
suffer a lot. Grealish will
Okay, so
suffer a lot
yeah,
in
okay,
Madrid.
so the now we move on. So tell me something that how do you rate the this year's transfer window for Real Madrid? Give me a number. I'm with 10. First, go for Shubho. Go.
probably 5.
Dipto.
I would say 4.
Amin bhai.
4 out of 10.
Shahrukh.
I think if you compare with other teams, then there is three, because there are lots of good. Because PSG had like good transfer, you know, they had the best transfer.
PSG had the
Best.
PSG had the 100 out of 10 transfer window. We can't
Yes.
like
Mm.
they
Yeah,
are
yeah.
not even in the discussion. They
Yes,
had
yes. They
the
are not in the discussion
best
with nothing.
transfer
Yeah.
window I've ever
They
seen.
got
To be honest.
Ramos
They're
and
they're
Messi.
playing FIFA manager mode. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They
there
they
that
took away two legends from two clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's out of discussion. We are not even going to discuss about PSG transfer window
If
because
if
that
if we
was
They
out
are
of
if we talk
discussion.
about Real Madrid, 3 out of 10, and for Barcelona, I think it's five. I can give five because Depay is a good player and Aguero is a good player as well. So I think they can do
All
better.
right,
Yeah.
so uh, okay, so
But
that goes.
I heard
Yeah,
Aguero tried to leave after Messi went to PSG.
I heard that too, but you know that I think that I don't think that PSG would have bought Aguero, to be honest, because
No, no,
his
no, they
fitness
won't.
he's actually injured even now. His fitness issues are like uh, extraordinary fitness issues. So I don't think
Aguero
that
should
he's
have
going.
gone to Boca Juniors.
He
He's
only
done.
like, I'm really
He's
feeling sad
finished.
for him
Done.
because he went there for Messi and like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that it
But
was
if you ask
really
me,
That's the
that
truth.
he.
if you ask me, like after Benzema, who is the best striker, I'll say Aguero. Like he's a top striker, I think.
But if you
yeah.
want a
Yeah.
transfer, you should follow Wijnaldum because
Yeah.
Wijnaldum took the wage and God bless it too.
Yeah, they
Yeah. Yeah.
Wijnaldum did a like he actually took the smartest decision there is because actually Netherlands players they have a tendency to consider Barcelona as their secondary destination. They
Yeah,
love Barcelona for obvious Johan
reason.
Cruyff connection.
Yeah, yeah.
But Wijnaldum
He's their
actually
second
played,
home.
yeah. So Wijnaldum played a very smartly played it. So props to him. I think we should give props to him because he chose a better option. I think at this point. So moving on, we have to go to big
Big
the
league.
Premier League window. We are
Yes.
gonna, yeah, the big league. We are gonna talk about the Premier League window. So, let's start with the champions, Manchester City. So this
Yes.
window, things didn't go actually as they planned
Bottled
because
everything, man.
that. So the
They
Bottled
Kane
everyone.
bottled
transfer saga, yeah, the Kane
three
transfer
times in
saga,
the same window. In the same window, they bottled three times.
yeah, that's true. The
And
Kane
bought Grealish
transfer
for
window,
100 million.
I think.
Kane,
So
Messi, and Ronaldo. They missed three players. Like they could have bagged one player at least
so
if they were serious.
I so so I
What
mean,
they
like,
did
do you
wrong, yeah,
think?
I guess they should have wait, a bit more for Grealish. I guess
No, they
they could have
actually.
done
I
it
think
like
I'm gonna question. I mean, do you think that they should have paid the 150 million pound in the first place, like Daniel Levy wanted?
No. Kane is
Why
on a
not?
decline. Trust me, Kane is on a decline. He's a slow striker. He's lethal, no doubt on that. But he's no Lewandowski.
Now
He's a
Kane
slow
actually
striker.
creates chances.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
problem is he always
Yeah.
bottles in big matches. Like Euro final, how can you bottle that game, bro? You could have won Euro as a captain. You don't bottle a game.
Gary Neville said he's the saint of footballers. Football. Yeah,
that's the English
He,
bias.
yeah.
They are English pundits are never going to badmouth English players. That's the they badmouth. I don't know who they badmouth Paul Pogba all over the world. But
Soonest.
uh, but to be honest, Paul Pogba did not actually say anything, but still did not skip a
Hmm.
training. But still, they just Graham Souness has some kind of an obsession with him. I don't know why. He's just That's just ridiculous. That even after giving four assists, I think four or
Yeah, yeah.
three.
Four,
How
four,
many
four,
did he
four,
give?
four out
four,
of five.
Yeah,
four in the
Four,
final.
four.
even after giving four assists, Graham Souness was like, yeah, he should have done that. He's the 100 million man. That's ridiculous. You can't.
And how
Just
many assists did Grealish put as a 100 million player?
that's never gonna come out because obviously he's biased. That's never gonna come out. So
Grealish is just like a player like Henderson. You can't pay 100 million to someone who's like Henderson. No.
but to be honest, Manchester United fans were very excited about the prospect
No.
of
I,
Grealish
I was,
coming
I
to
was
Manchester
never, I
United.
was never. When you have a front
No,
line like
I didn't
Rashford,
think he will come to
no.
Manchester
When you have a
United.
front line like
Uh,
Rashford, Greenwood, and Sancho, why do you need Grealish? You have the English front three
but
for the like next 5 or 6 years. You don't want
but do
Grealish.
you think the Euro failure on Sancho? Do you think
No,
that?
but Sancho will take time. He will adapt. He will take time. You have to give Sancho time. If Sancho would have come with 110 million player, he would have been very pressure. But now he's a 72 million player, so he's not that much in a pressure. He will deliver, but he will be late. You have to give
Uh,
him
So
time.
what was the transfer money of Kepa? Was it
72 million.
70? So it's the
72
same
million.
number. It's
72
lucky.
million. No. Kepa was 72 million euros.
Euros and
Yeah. Sancho is
Sancho is
Sancho is
pounds.
70 pound. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so there it is.
Kepa had bad coaching. That's the problem. If Kepa would have gone to a good coach like Simeone, he would be a very good keeper, in my
Kepa did,
opinion.
but Kepa did win us the Super Cup
Now
recently. So
yeah,
He
we
has
have
good
to
ability.
yeah.
He's a better keeper than Unai Simon. I believe that. He's
yeah,
a good keeper there.
I think so. I
But
think
the
so too.
problem is he got bad coaches like Lampard and sorry, it is his bad luck.
And
He
Kepa
Very
was
has
bad luck.
really good under Sarri though. He was the best.
uh,
He was in his form of his life under Sarri. But Lampard, I don't think that it was the coach. I think it was the circumstances. He had a bad breakup with his girlfriend, and that affected his performance as well.
No,
So
I think Lampard, he knows the club very well, and he gave a meaning to the game of Chelsea. I think I really liked his coaching, but I think he needs some experience. then he could have
Yeah,
handled this
he needed
Barcelona.
some
Yeah,
experience.
he needed experience.
That's
See,
true.
Lampard can't win, tight matches. It's difficult for him.
No,
He needs to
Lampard
To
do
be
a
needs
fair to
lot
more
of
him,
work.
experience.
to
He
be
will get better. He will
yeah,
be a
but to
better
be
coach.
fair to him, he did uh, secure the top four for Chelsea in his
Yeah,
first year with a transfer ban. That was really impressive considering the
What was the
circumstances.
One
Chelsea's
thing,
position in the Premier League before Lampard came in?
Uh, under
tenth,
Starry, I think we were in the top four, but we did win the Europa League. So we won the Europa League and we were in the top four,
Hmm.
if I remember it correctly.
But the transfer ban was really hard to get by, and Lampard did a very good job in that phase. Yes.
I think he, if he had more experience after the transfer window that Chelsea had that year, if he had some more experience with the players or man management, I think he would have done better. But
yeah, yeah.
it
Hmm.
is what it is. But
Yeah,
I
man
think
management
he's
is the issue. Like for Oli, like he is a very good he can manage man very well. I think he's
Yeah.
one of the best in that case. But in terms of picking players, sometimes he mess up. For example, he messes up. For example,
Fred,
yeah, Fred, the
last Fred,
Lord Fred.
last Fred.
Yeah,
But
he's
that's
a,
another thing. Like, I don't think that he have other options, to be
no, no, no. He has
honest and to be
options.
fair.
He has options. He has options. He can play Van de Beek. Like he told, like he used to play as number
all
six.
all of his other options, they're way more attacking. And Fred is the only defensive player in the team, who can play as a DM.
Then you should sell
So
Fred
that's
and buy
the
another
only
player.
reason
Yeah, yeah.
probably on the
He should
trade him.
sell. He
Like,
should
yeah.
sell
But
Fred.
hold on. We have to finish Man
if he
City first, then we'll come
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Manchester
I,
United.
I want to
So
talk about
uh,
Man City's Grealish thing. I want to say
yeah.
something. I think
So yeah.
Grealish is a very, very good player. I think I overrate him a little bit because I think he can dribble past player very well, and I think he's very good player for the team for low blocks. If a team is like playing
Okay.
uh, 10 men behind, like 10 man wall, then he can score like that. That's the specialty of him. He's a flair player and he can score by like doing something magic in any match. Like he'll go from nowhere, he'll score from nowhere. That's the best point, advantage of taking Grealish in your team. That's why I wanted him to
No,
the
Grealish
Manchester
is
United.
not 100 million player. You
No,
have
no, he's not.
Foden in
He's
your
not
team.
100 million player. He is like around 50 million player. But in
But
British,
he can turn into a 100 million player in the near
yeah,
future, I
if he
think.
I
came to
don't
Man
think so.
United, I think.
What's
To be
his age?
honest, I don't think so.
What's his
Because
age?
Why
if
would
you look at
United?
He's
City squad,
23, I
they
think.
already
No,
have
no, no. My
Mahrez
question
in
is
the bench,
why
who is
would
like
why would United need Grealish? We have Bruno Fernandes to do the job. Don't
Yeah,
need Grealish.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
Grealish
think
like
Bruno
I
is
think yeah,
way
Grealish.
better
that's
than
true.
him.
Man United have problem with the low blocks team. For example, if they're playing with per se a team with a very defense. What can I say? Like for example, Watford or something like that, or maybe Bournemouth or something like that. They're playing in the low blocks. That time you need someone like who can do some magic. But for example, if you're playing with Sancho is like very good behind the player, and also James, those Rashford. They're if you have space behind, they're really good. But if you're in a confined space for that time, I think you need Grealish or someone who can do some magic in the game. I think
Grealish is a good player who will score like 10 goals and 10
yeah,
assists
he's
per
he's a
season.
bench player. I think for Man United, he should have
Right,
to, yeah,
but
Hmm.
not
at
100
and
million.
I
City
think he's
he
also
will
I
goes
cover up for De Bruyne. When
goes
De
with the
Bruyne is
city.
I I
They
actually
have
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Grealish actually, for a team like Aston Villa, Grealish had a massive impact.
Yes, yes,
So I think I personally think he would work into any team. He would need some time to adjust, but it is a very good buy. Obviously, the 100 million, that's an English bias. We the English players cost a bit more, obviously, but I think really should do fine. So
no,
there's
Abhi.
Shotto. Hi
Oh,
Shotto.
Yeah, Shotto is here.
we have a
Hello.
new fan here.
Uh,
yeah. New Man United fan. He's a
It
supporter of
will
born
Manchester
be
United.
United fan.
Yeah,
by default
So
Manchester United fan.
by
Viva
default.
Viva
So
Ronaldo.
I have a question. I have a question. Like
Yes.
when you have De Bruyne, when you have Foden, when you have Sterling, when you have Bernardo
Exactly,
Silva in
that's
the
my
team,
point. When you have
why
Mahrez
you
City in
need?
the bench,
Why?
I
You have
think they
you have
wanted to sell, but I think Man City wanted to sell. Uh, who's that?
Bernardo
Bernardo
Silva.
Silva and yeah, Bernardo Silva
You
and
have
Raheem Sterling this
Mahrez in
window.
the team. Why you need to sell Bernardo Silva? He's a very quality player. And City fans were saying he's better than Bruno Fernandes. So why you want to sell someone who's better than Bruno Fernandes?
And it's Pep. You can't like expect everything to be go to be going the way
I
everyone
Bernardo
think
sees
is
it.
they
in his
they should have
prime,
like
and he needs to
gone for
play. He
a
needs game time.
striker. I guess that would have been much better because they have like
Yeah,
Aguero
So
left.
they
yeah,
wanted for a
so
striker, but
Shubham,
Because they have already
You,
like
you say you say
pretty
that
like
there is
variety
something I
of
want to
wingers
add.
sitting on their benches. Like
Right.
they have
There
Mahrez,
is the
they
there is the
have like
problem with
Bruno.
City. There's a problem with City. You see, in United, we in the left wing we have Rashford. Rashford has good days. Rashford has bad days. He's injury prone, but he's a fixed player in the left wing. The problem with City is when you have a prospect like Foden in the CAM, you have to play him like 30 matches out of 38 matches. But City is not doing that. Sometimes they're playing De Bruyne, sometimes they're playing Gundogan, now they're playing Grealish. So how can Foden, prosper in his role like Mason Mount did? Chelsea played Mount again and again and again and again, and Mount became a very good player.
yeah,
You need to play your prospects. You don't need to buy like 100 million player.
Uh,
Your prospects will
so
become very good
this
in one
is
or 2 years.
the problem of a good, very good team with a depth. Like you have to have many players in bench. It's a double-edged sword. If you have too many good players, you cannot put them in a match altogether. You have to give everyone a chance. So that is why it's happening. Like Chelsea has a very good team depth.
yeah,
They have players for every position. So
And
you
to
cannot.
be honest, I don't think that like City care about like EPL anymore because they're
yeah,
winning
that's
it
true. They
like
won two out of the.
and to be
They won
honest,
two straight
with
Premier Leagues.
Grealish, they definitely cannot compete in Europe.
yeah. I think if they went for
So
Haaland,
my
I
question
think that
to,
would have been a nicer sign, because his father played for Man City, I think. So
but
I think they could have gone for
actually,
him.
Shahrukh, the issue was that they actually thought about going for Haaland, but
They
rumor has it
bottled
that
it.
the Haaland transfer would have cost them 500 million euros in 5 years. That's 100 million euros in 1 year. So that's one of the reasons why Chelsea backed out of the transfer, because the fee would have been massive. The agent fee, the famous Mino Raiola, the agent fee would have been massive. The wage would have been massive, and this would eventually just destroy the wage structure. That's one of the reasons why Chelsea just stepped out of the transfer window.
They are
For
taking lessons from Barcelona.
I, right.
You know,
So
Chelsea has a very big chance to sign Haaland next year because you have the fuel in you. You will sell Warner, and you will
eh,
add some money, and you will buy Haaland.
I don't
You
think I
only
don't think
bought
I
you
don't think
only
Warner
bought
is going
Warner.
anywhere.
I
Warner will
think if Chelsea wins Premier League this season,
Haaland will come.
then there is
Haaland
a
will
chance.
come. Warner
Haaland will
plus
come.
cash, and Haaland is there.
I don't think so. I don't think Haaland is coming to Chelsea. I think that Haaland is going realistically. The ones who can afford him are Real Madrid. I don't know if Barcelona can afford him now that the huge wages are
Barcelona
gone.
can afford for them.
And
No way.
I
Barcelona
guess
ain't
I guess
buying Giroud.
I guess PSG, Manchester United. I don't think Chelsea can afford him.
And
To be honest.
United actually doesn't need Haaland. When you have a player like Mason Greenwood, he will the best
United currently
striker.
has the team to win a cup.
No, no, no.
United.
You tell me one thing. When you have someone like Mason Greenwood in your ranks who can score in almost every match, why do you need Haaland? You don't need him.
So
We
we're
are not
moving
in
on to
short of
Man
any
Yeah.
United now.
strikers.
We can move on to Man
So
United, I
so
think. Yeah.
so one question. So we're gonna move on quickly. So one question. Shahrukh, how do you rate Manchester City's transfer window? Give me a number.
I think five,
Five
five
out
out,
of
because
ten. So
Grealish didn't improve that team. That's the reason.
okay. So Amin bhai, how many?
Three, because they bottled three players. They should have bought a striker. They didn't need Grealish. You can't play Ferran Torres as a striker. He's a SS. He's not a CF. There's
So
a
Dipto,
huge hole there.
yeah, Dipto, how much do you rate this transfer window for
I
City?
will rate it four because they borrowed three players and they bought Grealish for a lot of money. It's not justified. That's
All
why
right.
I'll give it
So
four.
Okay,
Shubho,
so Shubho is having some technical
Abid,
difficulties. He will join us soon again.
will
Arsenal
you
has
give
left.
your
Alright.
rating? I want to know your rating about Jack
Arsenal
Grealish thing.
Arsenal is just relegated from this
For
podcast.
Man City, my
Yeah,
rating would be, I guess, 5 out of 10.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think they really should have went hard for the striker. They needed a striker, especially since they released Aguero. I think
yeah,
so.
yeah.
I think they messed it up there.
They
But
could
it's
have
Pep.
bought Lewandowski even.
Yeah, they could have. But it's Pep, and
They could
I
have
don't
tried
know.
hard.
Never count out Pep from at least the league because he really has a very good squad, regardless of
Very
the.
difficult this season because everyone upgraded. Especially Chelsea has a very good team. They have gelled properly, and United is a very strong squad. And this time, the main fact that City is not winning this league because this time fans are back. And in a roaring Old Trafford, in a roaring Anfield,
Yeah,
it's
I
very
completely
difficult
agree.
to win. It's very difficult to
Yeah.
win.
Okay, so talk about the fans. I'm gonna go to Dipto first right now. He is the only Manchester United fan I know. Obviously, a lot of them went, but he actually went to Old Trafford to watch a game. So Dipto, tell us how's the experience. But
It was
uh,
mind blowing. Like
Malaga
I couldn't
versus
believe that
United.
I was there. Like it was unreal. And when the players were walking in, like I couldn't believe the, the players are crossing in front of me, and I was just like this. Like my mouth was literally open.
How was
And
the
Manchester United
crowd?
lost that match.
No, no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no, no,
no,
no.
no, no, no.
3-2, I
It
think.
was against. It was a Champions League match,
Malaga
and
versus United. I remember.
yeah, FC Braga. It was
Braga,
against
Braga,
FC
Braga.
Braga.
Yes, Braga, not
Okay.
Malaga.
Manchester United was behind by 2 goals,
Yeah.
and after the halftime, they scored 3 goals, and I went crazy. I started hugging. I didn't even know them. I started hugging everyone in the stand. Like
So
everyone
that
was
was.
throwing their hot dogs and cups. Like it was a mess.
So
From Dipto, it was free hugs for everyone.
so so my question to you guys right now: how do you rate Manchester United's transfer window? Obviously, we have talked about a lot about Cristiano Ronaldo transfer. So they bought Rafael Varane, a very good buy, actually on free. No, not free. Sorry, he on a reduced price because he had 1 year left on his contract. Jadon Sancho. They bought Tom Heaton,
Heaton,
and they
yes,
didn't even
goalkeeper.
have, yeah, and they didn't even have any significant outgoings. How do you rate this transfer window for Manchester United? I have to also ask that what is your expectation for this year?
8 out of 10, I think. Mentioned because of Ronaldo, it became 8. Uh, Otherwise, it would have been 6 or something like that because we don't have any midfielder. We need someone in the DM position, but we didn't buy. We didn't go for that. That's why I'm giving it 8. Otherwise, it was a crazy transfer window, and I think
I mean, I
we can
yeah.
go like second or third in this term. I believe.
Eight out of 10 in terms of me because two big problems are solved. One is the right winger. United plays through their
Yeah.
wings, so speedy wingers are very much important for United. And right wing was almost non-existent, so that place needed to be filled up. Second thing was having a ball-playing defender like Rafael Varane, who can also dictate from the back because
Yeah.
Maguire sometimes comes forward. So a partnership of an injury-free Varane and Maguire is very much lethal, in my opinion. Also, adding up Ronaldo opens up a lot of options. United will be scoring a lot of goals. But the problem is, in terms of DM, if
Fred.
they could have signed like at least one mediocre DM, that would have been fine too. But I don't know. If they're waiting for Declan Rice, it's pretty difficult to sign Declan Rice less than 80 million, and probably Rice would go to Chelsea. So it's an 8 out of 10. But if they could have signed a DM this season, let it be Ruben Neves too, that would be a 9 or 9.5 out of 10, and United
So
would
so
definitely.
so what's your expectation for the season?
Second or third,
They
I
should
think.
they should become second. They should become. If they
Why
are
not
not,
champions?
Because
it's
Chelsea
pretty
is really
difficult.
good.
Chelsea
One
will destroy
one thing
everyone,
about
I guess.
Chelsea is when you have Thomas Tuchel there. Tuchel is a mastermind. He's a genius. He's a genius. He can play with Pep Guardiola like this. Tuchel is that type of good coach. He actually plays. He is a very bad fit for PSG, but this team, this is Tuchel's team. Tuchel will win the league. If he's not winning the league, that will be because of Lukaku. Because Lukaku slows the game. That will be the only problem in Tuchel's squad. Otherwise, Tuchel is going to win the EPL. United might be second, then they should go for FA Cup because that is the best chance, I guess. Ronaldo is very good in cup games. And UCL, they might go till quarterfinals. If they pass quarter, that would be pretty interesting because is not Ole is not good in UCL matches. It's pretty difficult. He needs a lot of time to improve that. But Tuchel is a specialist there. So Chelsea has the best chance to win this season EPL.
Okay, so Dipto, how do you rate it, and what's your expectation?
I will rate this transfer window same as Amin Bhai, 8,
Okay.
just because of Ronaldo. If Ronaldo wasn't signed, then I would have rated 6.
Okay, so
And
uh,
my expectations are like I want I want Ronaldo to win this league, of course. I want it. But the problem will be, is he as good as he was before? Like he gave his best years to Real Madrid.
yeah,
So
that's true.
he's not the same player.
No,
Like,
no, I disagree with that. I disagree with that because now he has become a leader. All he
yeah,
needs
yeah.
to
I was
is
going to
to
say that. I was going to say that. Like his leadership
needs to
can
guide
win Manchester
Rashford,
United a cup.
needs to
I
guide
want to add
Rashford.
something. Like if you have played seen like Anderson and Tom Cleverley together, they seem really great player, you know. But individually they're shit. I have to say that because the team around them was so good, you know. That's why they become really good. I think with the coming of Ronaldo, I think Fred will improve his performance as well because everyone is excited about Ronaldo and they will go to the gym and they will try very hard and they will practice a lot. I think so. They will improve their game by
United should
yeah.
try Lindelof in the DM position.
Yeah, I
They
think
should try him.
Lindelof. Then we can play also like this guy. We
Dalo,
bought no, not Dallo. I think the left winger bought from Brazil, Alex Telles, because he's a bowler and he can run very fast, you know, and he's a defender as well. I think
Hmm.
he can play as DM as well. I think it's my opinion, but they will not play with him. I know.
Okay, so
Alex Telles, yeah.
okay, so in my personal opinion, this was like 8 out of 10 window for United, but I think they have a very good chance of winning the league because of one name, Cristiano Ronaldo. I think he will be
Hey,
a massive factor.
Viva Ronaldo.
Yeah, I think he'll be a massive factor for in both league and the Champions League. And I personally believe that United have a strong chance of taking this year's league because Ronaldo will definitely ensure at least 25 goals for United this season, and that's a very big thing.
again, United will be scoring a lot this season, but the fact
Yeah,
is how
that's
much they will
that's a
concede.
very big thing. So
But
moving
they
on,
will
we have
concede. That's
to
the problem. They will
yeah,
concede
we
the goal.
we have to talk about one team that we haven't talked about till now. That no, not Arsenal.
No, I
That is
know.
Liverpool
There's another
because
shit team.
Liverpool had a very quiet transfer window. They had only one transfer of notable, that is Ibrahim Konate from RB Leipzig, and they also let go of Giorgio Wijnaldum for free. So how do you rate this, and what do you think will be the expectation from Klopp
Two,
this
two,
season?
o- two out of 10 because you know Wylandon was
Actually,
a
you
like
cannot rate this transfer because they didn't want to do any transfer.
no. You know the problem is Wijnaldum. Like he was like one of the holding midfielder I think, and he was like controlling the game. And they wanted to play with Thiago, and they wanted to play. They want to play in possession. You know, they'll give the ball to Thiago, and he'll slow the game or whatever it is, and he'll try to play like Barcelona or something like that. It's not the DNA of Liverpool. You know, Liverpool is like different team. But when you're bringing Thiago as a main midfielder, then it ruins Liverpool's game. That's why they're not able to do good in this term. I think they will not do any good. Yeah,
So do you think
two out of 10.
uh, yeah, so what's the league expected position, or the
Five,
do you think
five.
five?
Yes.
Not even top four?
No.
Do you think we'll make top four?
Uh,
Liverpool will be fourth.
I think Man United, City, Chelsea, Tottenham will come here because their coach is really good and they have really good squad this time. I think
All
Tottenham will
right,
come top four.
all right. So I mean, bhai, what do you think? What will be the transfer window score and uh,
Liver, Liverpool is in a bad shape, I tell you, because they have they have to rely on Salah goals only. Mane is
But
nowhere
they
in the
did,
form.
honestly, but they did draw with Chelsea in the last week. That
That was
was
the luck, because that was I think that was not red card. That was a penalty, but not red card in my opinion.
Right.
And 10-man team, they could not beat 10-man team, man. That how can that
that is
team?
true. They
Yeah.
actually couldn't. They actually could not create a single. I think they couldn't create a single goal scoring opportunity apart from that
Yes,
penalty. So
yes.
that is pretty worrying for Liverpool, I must say.
Look at the teams here. Man City, like they will be in top four for sure. Man United, because of Ronaldo, they will be in top four. Chelsea, there's no doubt, no shade of a doubt, like they will be in top four. Then Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, not Chelsea, like Tottenham and those other Leicester and stuff like
Leicester.
that. Yeah. So Tottenham and Liverpool, they'll fight. I think Tottenham will go above Liverpool because they have good squad and they have like the coach is really good. I really like Nuno.
So
No, Nuno is a
Dipto,
winner coach.
Yeah, he's a winner.
If
Dipto,
you
how do you
tell
rate?
me to rate the transfer window, then I will have to rate it two because
Okay.
there's literally nothing going on here. I think Klopp believes that he has the players that can win in another league, but I don't think it's possible anymore because Sadio
Liverpool
Mane
ain't
is
winning it. Klopp has
no
an
Sadio Mane
aging
is
squad,
totally out of form. Like and
and Firmino don't
Firmino
score
is
any
not there.
goals
Firmino was out of form
for the
from
last two
like
Firmino is
years.
actually injured.
two three years,
He's out for 2 months.
2 3 years. So
Shubho,
So
would you
okay,
like to say something?
Sumo
Because
is back.
oh,
So
what
yeah, so
Trent Alexander-Arnold is he back?
yes,
yeah,
he's
he's
back,
back.
man.
He's
Van
he's
Dijk
in
is
a good
also
form
back,
actually.
and Van Dijk
Van
is
Dijk
He
is
back as
also
well.
back.
is a good player.
So
TA
Shubho,
is
how
in
do
good
you?
form, but probably Van Dijk is injured again. I guess
Oh
last
yes,
night.
I think it's minor. I think it's just a minor injury. He will be
Nah,
ready. I
he
think.
he went back from the injury, I guess.
Yeah. So Shubho, how do you rate Liverpool's transfer window?
I guess won't concede more
Mm,
goals, but the problem is they won't score more too. They will have a lot of draws this season. It will be backlash for them.
Okay, so Shubho, how do you rate this transfer window for Liverpool?
probably 4 or 5.
4 or 5. That's a very high score actually.
that,
I don't think that
Right.
that's a very high
with
score.
one
There's
transfer
Who
no
that's a
gives
very
that?
there's
high
nothing
score.
going on here.
Or
And
probably two with their Wijnaldum going out.
yeah, that's the weak factor. So, do you see Liverpool actually challenging for the title this season?
Like if they don't have any more injuries, they still can compete for the title. To be fair, because they still have a pretty good first team, but they don't have anything in the bench. So there's to win a league, you need to at least have one or two good player in the bench to if
So do you
someone
think like they can beat Chelsea and City or Man
They
United?
already drew with Chelsea.
like I said, with their first squad, they definitely can.
Okay.
But to win a league is game of
But they have to
it's
go
38
injury
games. So
free.
last season you
Hmm.
saw they were
Yeah.
in very good shape in the very beginning of the league, and after
Very
the
end.
Van
Yeah.
Dijk injury, they just collapsed.
Hmm.
Okay,
So
so
that's the
moving
thing.
on.
If you win against City and Chelsea, and if you lose point against other Burnley
Watford.
and
Norwich.
Aston Villa,
Norwich.
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to
So
talk
yeah,
about other
so
teams
moving
as
on,
well. Yeah.
moving on. We
Moving
have
on.
to move on. We have a few more teams to cover. So
It's
right
Chelsea.
now comes in Chelsea. Uh,
Hmm.
obviously my team. So I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna be try to be as unbiased as possible. So guys, the notable ins are Romelu Lukaku and Saul Niguez. The we also did try to buy another defender from Sevilla, but unfortunately the negotiation didn't pan out. And the outs, we had a lot of out this season. We had Tammy Abraham leave for Roma, and he's doing very well there. We have Olivier Giroud leaving for AC Milan, and he's also doing very good there. And and also a few days before deadline, Kurt Zuma also left for West Ham United. So, how do you rate this transfer window for Chelsea, and what do you think the expectation will be? I'm gonna start with Shuba first.
I don't think there are gonna be a big problem, like you said, Tammy and Giroud. they'll probably not gonna get enough game time, so it's fine. They could let them go, and like when they bring back these players, they'll probably be more experienced. So with Tammy, that's fine. With you, that's fine. But their squad depth is fantastic.
Do you think
Considering Lukaku
uh,
coming in, he's in very good form, and like
Form and shape.
my most favorite player in their squad is Ziyech. He's
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
masterclass.
do you think the missing out on the Jules Koundé transfer will potentially harm Chelsea in any way?
Probably not, because they already
How?
have a very good squad,
How?
and they already won the Champions League without these players. So still they can win
How?
it again, and they're gonna compete again for these titles.
The
And I
Chelsea fans are
think they're
greedy, you
gonna
know.
win
The
the
Chelsea
Premier
fans are
League this
greedy.
time as well, along with the Champions League.
They
So
want
how
to
do you
be
rate
the
this
Bayern
transfer
Munich.
window? And yeah, so how do you rate this transfer window, and what do you think the expectation will be?
With Saul coming in at the end, it's definitely gonna be a
It's crazy.
7.5 for Chelsea,
Okay, and the
and
expectation?
they're definitely gonna win the Premier League, I guess. But with Champions League, I don't know, because this time PSG have a very good squad.
It feels good to have the confidence of other team supporters. And we're talking.
I support Arsenal, but more about football.
No, we will talk
I'm
about
basically a
Arsenal in the
football
end.
fan, to
That's
be
the best
honest.
bit. That's the best bit. We're waiting for that. Arsenal.
So okay, so going to Dipto, how do you rate this transfer window, and what will be the expectation?
I will rate the transfer window 7, but Chelsea has a solid squad. There's no way they can lose this. There's no way. It's their cup to borrow. Like they have to borrow it. Otherwise, there's no way.
All right, so
Other
Shahrukh,
teams can actually compete, but they cannot touch Chelsea. Like they'll be close, but they cannot win.
yeah, okay, so Shahrukh, tell me, what's the score and what's the expectation?
I think it's 8 out of 10 because Lukaku is really good player. I think, and he fits the Chelsea style. And Saul
Hmm.
Niguez, he's really great player. We wanted to buy Man United wanted to buy him as well, but they
Hmm.
scouted him but they didn't go for him. That's the problem with the Man United
Hmm.
board. So Saul Niguez is a great player, I think, and you have Kanta and stuff, other players like that, and Hakim Ziyech, as Shubho mentioned, they're really great player, top player. I think Chelsea will win this cup this year, and
That's the
if
thing,
if they lose this one, I think they're gonna bottle harder than Man City. Three striker bottle.
Okay, so okay, I mean, bhai, how do you rate this transfer window?
Okay,
And
so
I think you said the expectation already.
yeah,
So
the thing with Chelsea is the problem they will face with Lukaku is Lukaku slows games. This is a very big problem. There's a problem they face with Liverpool too. They will face with United, City, Tottenham. They will face it. Lukaku will slow games. Lukaku will win matches like he's a very good window basher. He scores against small teams. But they should have kept Abraham just to reduce the fatigue of Lukaku. They should play Havertz very well this season because Havertz and Mount they will do the charge for the goals. Still, Warner is questionable, and Ziyech, if he's injury free, he's a very good signing. But a very big concern for Pulisic. Pulisic is no hazard yet, but he has to become a hazard. Kante is phenomenal. Kante, Jorginho, and Kovacic. They have Chelsea is a very good CM, very good CDM, very good central midfield there, and they're adding Saul there. Also, their
They
keeper is
have
very good.
every pieces.
Right, every piece. But the problem is with the back line. You can't trust Rudiger in every match. Also, Ben Chilwell is not as good as Luke Shaw. We know that very well. Also, he's not good as Trent Alexander-Arnold too. Like Richie James is not nowhere closer to TAA. So Chelsea will suffer with the back line if Kante and his central midfielder team is not, blocking the attacks. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for Edward Mendy. But Tuchel has plans in his mind. Chelsea will win the EPL. It's there to lose. Also, they will go for the FA Cup, I guess. They're very good in cups. Carabao is zero. Carabao is Man City, so nothing to do there. But UCL, I guess they will suffer. If they face teams like Bayern Munich or something, Lukaku ain't scoring those big matches. So He will go blank and he will vanish. He has very horrible first touch, and that didn't improve. So overall, Chelsea will have a like 7 out of 10, but they should win the league. If they are not winning the league, Tuchel might get sacked too, because
Okay.
it's Chelsea culture to sack their coaches.
I want to
Well,
say something about TA and James. I think James is a better right back than TA because TA only goes forward. He doesn't go for the defense.
Exactly. Like
But James is like he's really
defensively,
good with
James
defense.
is way better than
Even he got
TA.
red card for, while defending. That's the true spirit of a defender. That's the thing.
okay, so
Yeah.
my personal opinion, I think it was 8 out of 10 transfer window because particularly because of the Sol Niguez transfer. We needed
Hmm.
four players for
Alniguez
those
is a
two
very good
midfield
player.
positions, and we got that. And personally, I think we will compete very hard for the EPL. If we can't win it, I think we'll be second. Because I believe in our squad. To be honest, I believe in our squad, but we cannot be complacent. I think Thomas Tuchel won't allow the squad to feel complacent because I think he is perfectly suited for this job. And also, I think if Chelsea doesn't win this year's Premier League or goes trophyless, I still don't think that Roman will sack Thomas because he was he was actually very patient with Frank, but the thing is that he, it did not pan out. So I am pretty sure. I think if something disastrous doesn't happen, I believe that Chelsea will stick with Thomas Tuchel for at least a few years now. Okay, so moving on, we have Arsenal,
No,
the
we have Tottenham, bro.
the
Tottenham and Leicester.
Best window.
No, no.
Arsenal has the
the
best window,
the
The
145
highest.
million pound.
No,
we
no,
have
we
two more
have
teams,
Spenders,
bro. We have two more teams. One is
the highest
Tottenham.
spenders.
the highest spenders of this season, and we have to make it fast because we are running out of time. The highest spenders of this season, they spent 150 million pounds, and they brought in Nuno Tavares, Sammy Lokonga, Ben White, Martin Odegaard, Aaron Ramsdale, and Takehiro Tomiyasu uh, for the team, and several exclusions, William contract termination by mutual decision, and William left for I think Santos. I'm not sure. David Luiz was also released. What do you think, guys? I'm gonna go to Shuho first. Shuho, did you see the interview of Edu Gaspar that they gave on Sky?
I just saw the summary, but didn't see the whole interview.
So, do you think that the point that he made that he was continuously saying that judge Arsenal after they have a perfect squad and judge Arteta after they have a perfect squad? Do you think that that's possible, especially when injuries happen everywhere? Do you think that's
I
possible?
think it's better to wait because they still have
I think Shiva is having
Shubha, you're
some
breaking up.
network trouble.
they
You're
still have a
Shubha,
very
you're
good
breaking up.
squad.
Okay,
To be honest,
okay.
they still have a very good squad. Can you hear me?
yes, 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 yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
back, but there is a
So
slight
yeah,
delay.
they still have a very good squad. To be fair, they have Aubameyang, Lacazette, like Zaka, and we have Saka as well, and Odegaard. He's a very good player. Then Smith Rowe, but still I don't really trust on Arteta. His tactics are really really stupid because that's to be honest.
You got
Because
Ramsdale better
anybody
not to be
if
relegated.
you look at the other squads, if you look at the Brentford squad, still we are probably not, we don't have the best squad, but still is we should have we should be in at least top 10 squads, I guess.
Brentford.
But they play
Do you think?
like
Do you
the
think? Do you
relegated
think?
teams. They
Yeah. So, how
like
much time do you
Brentford
think
plays
Arteta will
way
get?
better than. Sorry, say it again.
How much time do you think Arteta will get? How many matches?
I don't think he should get any more time. To be honest.
Okay,
Hmm.
so you're Arteta out completely.
Yep.
So, who do you want to see as the next Arsenal manager?
I would have really liked Pochettino coming in. If PSG would have sacked them.
Pochettino is leaving, bro.
Pochettino is not
And
gonna
Pochettino
I
is
come to
think
leaving.
Arsenal.
Pochettino is not gonna do good in PSG. That's to be honest, because he's not a coach of that level who can manage a team like this. To be honest, because last season they lost almost everything. They lost the League One. They couldn't win the Champions League, and same goes the cup. So I don't think PSG is gonna do better with
Like,
him.
I
And
have one question for you, Shubham. Like I saw some
yeah,
interview
right.
of Arsenal fans, like when you bought Ozil and you said you will be winning Champions League for sure because Ozil is a winner, and you had a very good coach that time. So you still didn't win. So how can you think like with Pochettino, who never won anything, he can give you a better
And to be
chance?
honest, if no one should see Arsenal winning at least PL in next 10 years. But if they don't start now, they're never gonna win it in
You
next
know,
50 years. That's true.
I
Cause
love Arteta. I want him to stay here.
Give trust the process.
you better
Why
Put
don't
take
you
him.
him
trust the
out
You
of
better
process?
take him
competition
to
in the
Manchester
beginning.
then.
I,
You better
I
take him to Manchester then.
no. I want him to stay in Arsenal, and I'll sign a petition. Like we should open a petition to keep him inside Arsenal for next 10 years.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Shubho, how do
I
you
would
rate
have
this transfer window?
the coach of Spurs. Okay, I just forgot his name.
No.
I
No,
can't
no, no, no,
remember.
no,
Nuno.
no.
Yep, that guy is really good, and with
Yeah.
him, Spurs have very good chance to
Yeah,
be in
in
top
top
four
four.
this time.
Yes.
So how do you rate this transfer window for Arsenal, Shubho? And what are your expectations?
Probably if I would have given a chance to rate it in negative, I would have done that. Probably -2 or 3.
No, bro, you
But
have Ben
to
White,
be
bro. You have Ben White, Aaron Ramsdale. These are really good players,
but
man.
Only
to
transfer
Odegaard.
be
they
fair,
did good is making Odegaard permanent. That's the good deal, I guess, because
That's
he's a
very
very
good
good
for
player.
Lacazette.
But Ben White, it didn't matter,
So what's wrong
okay,
with
so
Lacazette?
I'm
Like
gonna go
I
to
heard something.
So,
uh,
guys, the thing is, I need to leave, but before I leave, I want to say something about Arsenal. Trust the process and stack
Hmm.
Arteta as soon as possible. Try to get Conte, try to get a winning coach, try to get anyone other than Arteta, and just kick out Ramsdale because he's going to relegate you. And also, don't buy fringe players. It's a team full of fringe players. The players who are playing for Arsenal are like bench second, second standard bench warmers for other teams. You need to get rid of them.
I think
And
they
That's
if you're
the
not
thing.
getting rid of them, you're
they
not
should wait
so
for
winning.
League One.
so
You're not winning
I
anything.
mean, before you leave, how do you rate this transfer window and what do you expect from Arsenal this season?
This transfer window wasn't necessary for them. If they wouldn't have changed the team, they would have at least have won against Brentford. They have totally lost their team, and the rating for Arsenal is the pure negative. And
I would have
if
There is
said
they
they
actually
should have
nothing to say about.
they should have saved
yeah,
all
nothing to
this
say about it,
money.
right?
All
They have
right.
wasted 145 million, and
We can
as
just
as a,
we can just
as
leave
I'm
the transfer window of
right,
Arsenal out of respect for Wenger. Like,
right.
yeah, we should leave it
And
out.
as I have to leave now, thank you very much for
Okay.
the first
Thank
podcast.
you, bhai. We'll
Thank you so much for
hopefully
Yeah,
coming.
see you
definitely.
next week and
Inshallah, we'll
stay
see you
safe.
next.
Okay.
Sure, sure. Tata. Bye.
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 Bye bye.
Okay, so guys, we are running out of time.
Okay.
We're gonna speed it up. Okay, so
Hmm.
Arsenal is done right now. One club we haven't talked about much and has done a good job in this transfer window is Leicester City. They have
Yes.
Hmm.
bought Paston Daka, Bukabari Somare, Ryan Burton, Yannick Vestergaard, and Adamola Lukman, and they also did not let go of any of their star players.
Hmm.
Already we are hearing that there is gonna be a bidding war for UD elements next season. So how do you rate this transfer window, and what do you think they will expect? Can they make top four this season? Because
Uh,
they were very close of making top four the previous two seasons.
yeah, I think they can make top four or five. I think they have a chance with Tottenham as well. And I didn't rate Arsenal's transfer window. I'll rate that 10 out of 10. Arsenal one and Leicester one because I want Arteta in, man. That's the necessity for everyone. We need to laugh.
Like everyone gets a
Yeah,
free win.
yeah. Why do you need to win? You can win from the behind, man. Arsenal is top from behind. Okay, the Leicester City. I think their transfer window. it's really good. I think it's 7 out of 10. I can give it. Yeah,
Okay. So, Shubho,
top five.
what do you think? What's the transfer season?
Like 5 or 6, but I'm pretty happy with the list. Leicester squad they already have, because they're definitely gonna do better with Vardy in form. Ilya Nacho is is in very good shape, and probably I don't know if Madison is fit now, because he's a very good player. They have Burns,
Yeah, yeah, he's a
they
great
have a
player.
very decent squad.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's to be
Dipto,
fair,
how do you rate this?
I will
and
rate
they
it
can
7.
definitely go for top four this time as well.
I will rate the transfer window 7 for them, and I think they will compete with Liverpool for the fourth position. I guess,
Liverpool.
but
They're full.
yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
Well, well,
that will be the competition.
I personally rate this transfer window for Leicester a 7 out of 10. I think Patson Daka and Somare are really good buys.
yeah,
Also, Yannick Vestergaard buy. What they will push for top four for sure. I think there are a few teams
Yeah,
like
they will compete with Liverpool. They will
yeah,
be
I
in
think
close.
there are a
yeah.
few teams like West Ham, uh, Leicester City, and Tottenham. Who
Spurs
we're gonna talk. Yeah, we'll
and
talk about
Everton is in good shape as well.
Everton. I don't think so. I think they are gonna like. Oh, of course. I think that Rafa Benitez took that over,
In this
so
season,
they will
the
do good.
point table will be so close.
I think
Like,
so.
It's
Yeah.
always close
That
in
yeah, yeah.
EPL.
No, no, no. Like the last time,
Okay.
like Manchester City was way ahead.
Yeah, 12
This
points
time it's
ahead.
not
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen this time. Not
all
gonna
right.
happen.
All right. So okay. So moving on.
Okay, one more
We
thing. We
are
want to talk about the Tillemans issue, right? I think Tielemans will
yeah.
come to
Okay.
United. If Pogba leaves, Tielemans will come to United for sure.
But
We're
Tillemans
going.
is already
We're going
Tillemans
for.
has declined to sign a new contract, and I think that's the rumor. And also, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and I think PSG too. They're interested in Tillemans. So, do you think that he will choose Real Madrid if he comes for them, comes for him, or Manchester United?
I think United because if Pogba leaves, he will have game time, and if he goes to Real Madrid, I'm not sure. And Barcelona is like they have their economy is more like Hull City. I told you before, and PSG he will not have game time. So, yeah, I think he
Okay,
should come for Man United to play games.
okay.
Yeah,
So moving on, we have at very last we have Tottenham
Tottenham
Hotspurs.
Hotspurs. Yes.
They sacked Jose Mourinho at last season before a final.
Yeah.
The most important thing is they kept hold of their talisman Harry Kane, and they have also done some smart business in transfer window. They bought in Brian Hill from Sevilla, Christian Romero from Atlanta, and they also bought the highly rated youngster Pape Sarr from Mets. And also in the last days of transfer window, they bought Emerson Royal from Barcelona. So with a new coach like Nuno, do you think that Tottenham will be able to push it for the top four? You
Yes.
all already said yes. How do you
Obviously
rate this
yes.
transfer window,
9 out of 10 because of Nuno.
Shubham?
8.
Okay.
Eight,
Uh,
eight,
And the
eight.
I'll just go for the Nuno, because I don't know about all the other transfer, but he's a very very good coach,
Yeah.
because you have seen his style with Wolves, and they're very dominating. And you have seen they probably didn't consider any goal yet. If I'm not wrong, I guess they are the only team who didn't consider a goal this time for last 3 matches, I
yeah.
guess.
They're also scoring very less though. They only scored 3 goals, but Kane didn't start the first 2 games, so that's
Yeah,
something.
that's and
Hmm.
And Son is also very good form.
Yeah.
and he's a very smart coach. If you remember the Ferguson greatest coach, that defense, the defense basically win you the titles, right. It's
Yeah.
never
So yeah, that's true. So I'm gonna the final thing that is before the weekend fixture preview, I'm gonna ask the prediction of top five, not four, since five is also Europa League spot. I'm gonna ask for a top five prediction from you guys. We're gonna start with Dipto.
I have
Chelsea.
something to say. Like we cannot
Yeah,
we
Okay.
sure.
cannot do top five for English Premier League. I think top six is better
Yeah,
because
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Let's
Top
yeah.
go.
six is fine.
Dipto.
Okay. The first will be Chelsea. Second, I hope it's Manchester United. Third will be Manchester City. Fourth will be Tottenham. And fifth, Liverpool. Sixth, Leicester.
Okay. Shubham.
Mm, Chelsea definitely, like, we'll have to put them on the first. No question about it. So definitely Chelsea on top. And like, do I need to go by the order
Yeah,
or
order,
just
order, order.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
One,
order.
two,
Yeah.
three, four, five,
that's
six.
pretty difficult.
Just spit it out. No worries. We'll
Probably
just.
probably United on the second, City on the
Okay.
Hmm.
third,
Okay.
Liverpool fourth,
Okay.
Hmm.
and I'm gonna put West Ham on the fifth.
Okay.
Oh yes.
And the six.
And sixth, it should be Spurs. I don't know, like, Spurs should be in top four or just like,
It's
wild guess.
like
real difficult this season.
It's pretty, to be
top
honest, it's
four
pretty
is
hard to
like
guess, like, and
very
you can,
difficult
like,
to get in right now.
you can also like leave Leicester as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Shahrukh,
There is also
the top six.
Chelsea, City, United, Tottenham, Liverpool, Leicester,
No,
and
same as me.
Arsenal is top. No, City, Man United is third in my list,
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Okay.
and Arsenal is going to relegate.
So,
win the league,
so my so
win
my
the league.
question is,
They'll win League One next year.
what's the point of signing Ronaldo? If you're gonna be in third, like, what's the
Uh,
point of signing
I
Ronaldo?
think City, like, their
Yes,
team is
I'm
really
gonna come
matured.
to that.
Their
I
team is
think,
really
I think,
matured. Yeah.
I think for my prediction, I'm gonna put Manchester United first because of Cristiano Ronaldo. He is no matter how much of a balanced squad Chelsea has. I believe in our team, in my team, but no matter how balanced squad Chelsea has, there is one name that is Cristiano Ronaldo. He will definitely score 25 goals for United, probably more, and I think he will carry United to the Premier League title. And then I think second will be Chelsea, third will be Manchester City, fourth will be Liverpool, fifth will be Leicester City, and for the sixth place, I'm gonna go with West Ham United because David
Yeah.
Moyes has done a very good job with this team, and I believe they will also be pushing for the top four team.
Yeah.
Now, guys, we are at the tail end of our program. We are gonna look over the Premier League fixtures. This is the fixture after the fourth game week, and it's after the international break. We have
Yeah.
also just received the news that the Brazilian Football Federation has filed for a petition to not feature
Eight
any
players.
Brazil. Yeah, 8 players to not feature any Brazilian players who were not allowed to go for international duty. We will
Hmm.
see how that pans out, but right now, the top six: Arsenal will go against Norwich City, Crystal Palace will go against Tottenham Hotspurs, and there is a very interesting match that is Leicester City versus Manchester City, and Chelsea will also go against Aston Villa. And also, potentially, we are going to see the debut of Cristiano Ronaldo
Woo!
when
Viva
Manchester United
Ronaldo.
faces Newcastle United again. And finally, Sunday, we are going to see Leeds United versus Liverpool. It should be an amazing week for the football lovers since we all hate international break
Yeah,
very
we
much.
hate international break.
Yeah,
We will
I'll tell
come
you
back.
something. I'll tell you something. It's really important because we're gonna have like top two player teams are facing each other. Arsenal versus Norwich City. Who is gonna? They're fighting for number 20th place. So that's a match we should watch together. I think.
Oh, we will watch it, of course.
we will
Like,
we'll
we
try to
cannot skip
watch
our
the match
again.
together, and we'll also try to make this show on a weekly basis. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed this show as much as we did while making it. I If you guys like this show, please like and subscribe, and we will see you next week. Thank you so much. Good night and stay safe.
Bye.
Thank you. Good
Thank you
night.
so
Bye.
much. See you guys.
See you next week.